So we had the All-Star race in NASCAR this weekend, guys. Let's have a look at the main action from the $1 million race. The driver that won this race wins a cool $1 million for their troubles. So let's have a look at who was the big winner, who were the losers, and everything in between with the 5 things that we learned from the 2025 NASCAR All-Star race. Now, if you don't know how the All-Star race actually works, I did a nice explainer video earlier on that goes over the main points, who qualifies for it, who wins what, etc, etc. But basically it's an exhibition race, $1 million on the line, no championship points on the line for the Cup Series drivers. Champions, former winners, people who have won NASCAR race in the last 12 months, they all qualify for this race. There was about 23 or so drivers, I think, in that in the pool of drivers for this one as a result. Now, it's actually quite hard to get 5 things to talk about really when it comes to this race. Not because it wasn't entertaining. Oh boy, was it entertaining. But the main thing really that we got to talk about is the battle for the lead. The only thing that really mattered, to be honest with you, given that, you know, there's no points on offer for the championship, so only the winner really matters. If you finish second, you are very much first of the losers when it comes to this race, because if you get $1 million for winning, but I don't believe you win anything actually for actually coming second or below. Although, of course, NASCAR Cup Series drivers are very well remunerated. Let's not go pulling the heartstrings and playing the smallest violin in the world for that. Let's not do that. But the start of this race was pretty calm overall. The first thing that we learned really is that a lot of these drivers were biding their time. They, you know, you got to be in it to win it, and to, you know, win the $1 million, you got to be in the race. And basically, no one was really taking too many risks. There was a spin for Josh Berry, I think, about halfway through, but the first big incident really was that for Brad Keselowski, who ended up going into the wall and out of the race. He tried to rescue it, tried to get back to the pits and actually, you know, repair his car or whatever, but as far as I'm aware, he didn't actually manage to finish the race. That was his afternoon very much done at that point. It was actually quite a hard impact. Thankfully, he was okay, but yeah. And that's the one for Keselowski. Unfortunately, he was up there, to be fair. He was doing all right in this one, but yeah, he wasn't really a challenger for the actual victory itself. But Kyle Larson, second thing that we learned, Kyle Larson got the lead very briefly in the latter stages because of the caution from Brad Keselowski's crash. Kyle Larson got into the lead of the race, but that was only because he took on 2 tyres when he came in for a pit stop, and everybody else took on 4. Larson, to his credit, did actually hold the outside line for a little bit, very much the preferred line this weekend around North Wilkesboro Raceway in North Carolina, but eventually just ran out of grip. Basically, he couldn't keep up with Joey Logano, who was much faster, even going on the inside, and eventually, yeah, he basically just kind of just lost his ground with that. When there was a caution, about 30 laps to go, the promoter's caution, Larson was out of the running at that point effectively. It was worth a gamble, but it was never really going to work out for him. It was not Kyle Larson's day. But who was it the day off? Well, there was a fantastic battle for the lead between Logano and Bell pretty much throughout most of the race, really, especially in the latter stages. These two were going hard. You know, honestly, Logano was defending masterfully. He was defending like an absolute champion, because of course he is the champion in NASCAR right now. Chris Bell, he was attacking incredibly well as well. I think he's won 3 or 4 races. I know he got the 3-peat earlier this season. He's had quite a few victories as Chris Bell, so you know, he's a guy who's really in form at the moment, and he was really showing that as well with his pace. But it was a really good battle, because the fact that Logano was holding up Bell for so long, that allowed the door to be open for the likes of Alex Bowman and also Ross Chastain in the number 1 car to come up and try and challenge them. Neither of them managed to put a proper challenge in against either of them, but they were very close to doing so. So who actually won this one? Well, about 10 laps to go, Chris Bell got by Logano and saw it through to win the championship All-Star race. A whole $1 million going his way because of that. Incredible scenes really for him. I'm very happy he's managed to do that. Other people worthy of a mention, William Byron as well. He was kind of in the battle in the early stages as well. But yeah, overall it was very much Logano against Bell for this victory, and Bell came out on top. So there we go, guys. That is everything we kind of learned from the All-Star race. We've got the Coke 600 coming up next week, and I'll be bringing you all the action to do with that. We've got Kyle Larson attempting to do double duty as well. That is something I'll be going in depth about for you guys as well. And yeah, have a fantastic day wherever you are in the world today, guys, and we'll see you soon for much more NASCAR Cup Series action back when we've got a proper championship race at the Charlotte Motor Speedway this weekend. Like, share, comment, subscribe if you want to see more. Have a fantastic day wherever you are in the world today. See you very soon, guys.